hothouse?
Oh.
Hello. There are lots of things you have to do before you can get your pilot's license and start flying on your own. There's like a radio test you have to write to make sure you know how to talk on the radio and stuff. There's a test to make sure you understand, the rules and the regulations and that sort of thing. There's all the flight training you have to go through. There's ground school you have to go through. So it's now early December 2021, and I'm in the process of going through some of the preliminary things. But one thing you absolutely cannot fly without, there are a few things. You have to get an aviation medical. You have to be medically cleared by a doctor who understands how to do the medical clearance to get your license.
Hi there, it's Paul from the future. That's actually not totally true. Transport Canada is the one that gives you medical clearance. The doctor is just the one who does the testing and then submits the information to Transport Canada. Thank you. Now back to the video.
Fortunately for me, the medical exam is one of the cheapest things in getting your pilot's license. So I'm getting it done now. If I fail, then no pilot's license for this guy. But I have no idea what to expect, having never done one before. I've looked up videos online. Nobody really talks about the details of what it takes to pass an aviation medical. So I'm going to have that experience shortly, and hopefully in a few minutes here I'll have that, and then hopefully I'll be able to share all of my amazing knowledge that I've gained within the next hour or so. Aviation medical. This is the first big thing. Here we go. Apparently everything went well. Apparently I do have a heart. It had to do an ECG. Need to do a urine test. They kind of do like a check test for colorblindness, a test for like that you can see, basically. Do the light test. A lot of questions. A lot of questions about medical history and that sort of thing. But I do need to get a formal audio test, so I got to do that as soon as possible to get all that sent in. Have a formal audiogram done. And when you go in to get an aviation medical, make sure you can give it a urine sample. That was a concern. So I'm back at home. Turns out I can't get an audiogram for a couple weeks yet, so I can't get my my ears checked right away. So once I have that done, I can send it off to Dr. Marino, who did the exam, and then he'll send it off to the government, and they'll see if they want to let me fly or not. So I'm actually not going to know if I can fly right away, but hopefully, by before the end of the year or early in the new year, I'll know whether or not I can fly.
Hi, it's Paul from the future again. Joke's on me. At the time of recording this, it's December 30th, and I still haven't heard back, so jury's out. We'll see what happens. Back to the video.
The other thing I'm doing this month is I am basically trying to prepare for ground school as much as I can. MIT has what they call open courseware, where they have course material online, and one of the courses they have is ground school for getting your private pilot's license. So I've been going through that, watching stuff. Obviously it's based in the US, so some stuff is different, but a lot of stuff is the same, the principles and that sort of thing. Just trying to get stuff in my head and prepare for ground school in January. Past that, I did manage to find someone to buy the car. The bad news is that it is December in 2021, after massive flooding in the fall in the Lower Mainland. So the person I found to buy my car is in the Lower Mainland, and so I can't get them the car yet. So hopefully soon I'll be able to do that, and I'll actually have the money to pay for flight school. It is the day of my audiogram. This is finally the last piece of my aviation medical. So this is it. So I'll go and get the hearing test and send the information off to the doctor. The doctor sends it to Transport Canada. Transport Canada says yay or nay. So this is now the last piece of the thing that I need before I could even think about flying. So yeah, hopefully I can hear.
Hi, it's me again. So I really need to apologize. The camera that I use for most of my vlogging, turns out the microphone is dying a horrible death, and that's why everything sounds like I'm underwater. So I'm just going to do a voiceover for the audio portion. Basically, there's a few different pieces of the audio test. Obviously, they do a pre-screening. They ask you about your history with your ears, if you had any injuries or surgeries, things like that. And then they put you in a special quiet booth to give you the special quiet booth ear test. So they put some special earbuds in your ears, and I had 3 phases. I went through the beeping test, where where it's you hear a beep and you press the button, and you hear a beep and you press the button, and the beep gets fainter and fainter, and you think you're pressing the button, and maybe you're just here hallucinating. Who knows? And then they do something where they put white noise in one ear, and then you have a word to repeat in the other ear. But the words are all really like designed to like trip you up to see how clearly you could hear it. So they might say the word keen as opposed to saying key or keep. You got to say keen, things like that. And the last phase was just the repeat a sentence. You hear, they say you're going to hear a sentence, a female voice say a sentence, just repeat that sentence. And but the trick with that one is there's a bunch of other people in the background saying various things, and so you have to like try to hear over and above this whole background noise and stuff. But yeah, those were the three phases, and apparently I can hear, so good to know. Back to the video.
A vent near the edge brought in fresh air. Fresh air. Sorry. Well, to be honest with you, it felt like I failed a hearing test. But apparently my ears are fine. Apparently there's no concerns, everything's good, everything's healthy, so fingers crossed it all works out.
Hi, me again. So, one last story beat to wrap up. What happened with the car? Well, this.
And there's the car. That is paying for flight school right now. It's getting picked up right now, so... And there's the truck is getting loaded up on. Sad. Goodbye, car. It's like legit sad, but isn't it gonna be funny if I fail my flight school and this is all in a waste of money? Wouldn't that be hilarious?
So I'm just putting the finishing touches on the video right now. I wanted to have this video out this month. One of the reasons it was delayed, though, aside from just being a generally busy month, is this little guy. This is Coco. He is about 10 weeks old. He is cute as a button, and he is taking up a lot of time right now. But yeah, flight school starts in January. Thanks for watching. I will check back in January with some ground school updates, sorry. Just tell you how that's going. And yeah, that's it. So I gotta go render this video and get it uploaded after I include this bit. So I'm gonna go do that now so I can go to bed. Okay, bye. Okay, well, I just came out from my Aviation Medical, and very, very cool. The doctor that did it, Dr. Marino, super, super